Hey everybody, Zach again at NewToTorah.com, coming in making a video for you today. So this past week I had a run-in with the Wrapunzel gang. And I posted a picture on my Facebook New to Torah page of a woman who was celebrating Pride Week, in a synagogue on Shabbat, okay? And a woman in the Wrapunzel gang's community group disagreed with the celebration. The image, was disturbed by the image and got bullied for it, and eventually left the group before the Wrapunzel gang could boot her out of it. So this caused a heck of an uproar and a whole lot of hate mail from Facebook and other locales on the internet. So in fact, it was picked up by some other Torah groups and shared after I shared it, and so it's kind of trending now on the whole Torah movement's, sphere of, whatever, the Torah sphere out there on the internet, whether it's Hebrew roots or whatever. So this is nothing new. My wife, who has one of the signature scarves for Wrapunzel, was part of that group for a while back in the day when they were first getting started, and left after they went total wacko. I mean, they just went nuts. And she's like, I can't hang out with this group anymore. They're just too far new age, too far, very liberal, left-leaning, mysticism, all this nonsense, God is a woman, all this crazy nonsense. So she left, and others have left too. So this is nothing new. The Wrapunzel gang is nothing new. And they gang up. If you disagree in their community page, they gang up on you. And so they say their community group is not tied specifically to the company, which is totally not true, because one of the admins is actually one of the members of the company, but she has no duties whatsoever. Anyway, this is causing a stir once we shared this, and I'm getting email after email, hate mail after hate mail, saying I'm costing them business and I'm hurting the company, and it's lashon hara. Listen, it's never lashon hara to point out sin being displayed publicly. Public displays of sin. That's not lashon hara. Sorry, it's not. Wrong answer. What's happening here is the Wrapunzel gang is getting a crash course on proper marketing and branding. Let me give you an example. So this week, Walmart put out a shirt, released a shirt that said "Impeach 45," and this caused a stir. I mean, it just went viral on social media, and there were Walmart boycotts being, thrown around on Twitter. It started trending on Twitter, okay, and all of social media, and there was just a huge hubbub on this, and so a lot of boycotts were getting started and getting rolling, and Walmart jumped on it and said, "Oh no, this is gone," and they started pulling it from their shelves immediately. And so, they understand you don't tick off a whole portion of your audience, and they made a quick, instant correction once they saw this happening, and probably the person who approved that buy of that t-shirt, is maybe on the chopping block for their job, because if you're going to make stupid decisions like that, that could damage the reputation or the income of a company. You don't stay at the company long. That's just, and so the Wrapunzel gang is getting a quick, education on how this works. Okay, see? So if you're going to post and associate your company name with something that is so blatantly a symbol of sin in our culture today, because, let's be honest, the Wrapunzel company is portrayed as a Torah observant Jewish company. But how can you associate your company name with something like Pride Week? You make rules on something that's going to use your company name, even though it's like, the community page isn't related to the company. It doesn't matter. They're using the company name on something that's promoting something that many people who are your customers do not agree with. Lesson learned, right? Lesson learned. Take it from Walmart. Once you do that, you correct it quickly. So they're learning what it means when you associate your company name with images that a majority of your purchasing audience disagrees with. It's that simple. It's that simple. And so my wife owns one of the signature Wrapunzel scarves, and we're going to burn it. We'll see. We'll see if they make the right decision on this. We'll see if they, reverse course. And I think what they ought to do, number one, is issue an apology to their clients and change the rules of that group. Or I think what they are better to do is just take their name off that community page. If you're going to associate your company name with that community page, it needs to be fixed. Or you got to have some rules about what can be posted there. Because, this whole, again, this is nothing new. This has been they've been so far weirdo, for a long time now. And so many people have left that Wrapunzel group. Anyway, the whole head covering thing, most of you guys know who you've watched our videos, my wife covers, and I'll leave a link to an article below that she wrote a couple years ago on why she covers. And so not everyone covers, that's fine. If you want to cover, that's great, But a lot of people, if they do cover, they learn about Wrapunzel and they look at their scars, but sometimes they're very upset to learn what some of their beliefs are. And folks, it ain't Torah. It ain't Torah. But even though they try to portray themselves that way. And celebrating Pride Week in a synagogue on Shabbat, ouch. What a great way to lose your audience. All right, we'll leave it at that. We'll see what happens. If they don't change course, we're going to do a public burning of one of their signature scarves. We'll leave it at that. Go home, read your Bible. Thanks.